Yo, what's up? It's your boy Derek Branch of SportsView360.com, covering New Orleans Saints today. And today I just want to talk about, the long-term projection of the New Orleans Saints, more preferably 2026, the upcoming season. And, pose the question of, can the Saints have like that Seattle Seahawks type of emergence in the NFC in Kellen Moore's second year as the head coach, similar to what happened with the Seattle Seahawks with Mike McDonald. First year was almost a playoff team, won 10 games with Geno Smith, and decided to move on with Smith and bring in Sam Darnold next year. Great defense, good roster, pretty much, and got to the Super Bowl and won it. Can that happen for Kellen Moore in this year's this upcoming season's New Orleans Saints? To me, to some of y'all, it might sound crazy and all that, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. We're in the NFL, and crazy things have happened. Teams go from worst to first or playoff Super Bowl a lot. Look at the Chicago Bears. Ben Johnson's first year was a really good football team. Got to the playoffs, took the Rams to overtime. I thought the Bears were going to win. The Bears were going to win that game, but look at that team now. They're playing. They're going to be a Super Bowl contender next season. Because I don't think Caleb Williams is going nowhere. And for the Saints, you got to maximize this window you have with Tyler Shough under this rookie. He's under a rookie contract right now. You're not paying him a whole lot of money. This is your chance to make smart decisions and possibly make a huge turnaround this upcoming season, because the NFC South is a very winnable division. And I know that Atlanta Falcons now have Kevin Stefanski as their head coach. Probably the best roster, in my opinion, in the division. The Saints are not too far off. They're not. Now with Seattle, you have to admit this, is that a lot of their success is coming off of that. Really boils down to that Russell Wilson trade, and that's how that's how a team is supposed to build. They traded Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos, got that war chest of draft picks from that acquisition. Went in the draft, got Jackson Smith-Njigba, cornerback out of Illinois, Tariq Woolen, just a plethora of really good players on that team that came from that draft. Kenneth Walker, Jackson Smith-Jadson, Charles Cross, offensive lineman. There's a lot of talent they found through that draft because of that trade. You know what I'm saying? Devin Witherspoon, went ahead and made the move to get Leonard Williams. Just dudes all over the place, man. And the Saints they don't have a Russell Wilson type trade in them to quickly rebuild their team. But look at the draft. The past year's draft, 2025 draft, has been recognized by many league analysts as one of the top draft classes in the NFL. Can you have a repeat of that? And if possible, if you do, I won't put it out of the realm of possibility that this team is compete for a championship next season. Not get to the Super Bowl, but in that number. So to me, it's not out of question that the Saints make that a huge jump like that. But it all boils down to how efficient they address the off-season needs. I've already talked about them in the past in previous videos. I want to get another wide receiver. Get another wide receiver in there. Another reliable pass catcher. It could be through the draft. It could be through free agency. Don't matter. Let's get another guy in there. Guards. The guards need a huge upgrade. Preferably at right and left guard. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it ain't out of question. It's not. To me, it's not even crazy to even have that take. To even pose that question. You know, because I think when you look at the roster, when you bring back everybody without the injuries, you know, Devon Villette, Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara, Eric McCoy, Demario Davis, Cam Jordan. Hopefully they get the deals done with those guys. Cam Jordan, Justin Blackmon, Jonas Sanker, Quincy Riley, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Jawan Johnson, Foster Moreau. I think personally, that's a good team. That's a really good nucleus right there, without any whole season changes. But you know that in NFL and this sports in general, injuries happen, and when those injuries pile up like that, it affects your core. And we saw that last year with the Saints. But even though Tyler Shough, for the most part, was able to overcome that to close out the season, went 4-1. That team was on the verge of having a top 5, top 3 pick. Those wins knocked them down to 8. So you're still in a good position to get yourself a really good player at pick 8. You are. Caleb Downs, Ruben Bang. There's so many options you can choose from. You know? So to me, man, it's not crazy to even consider that. You know, about the Saints making that type of a leap. You know, beyond winning the NFC South. You know, so let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think the New Orleans Saints can have a Seattle Seahawks level type jump in 2026 and Kellen Moore's second season as the New Orleans Saints head coach? Also check out Saints360.substack.com. It's where I'll have all my written content going forward, possibly for the foreseeable future. We'll see how things play out with the numbers, but it'll be Saints360.substack.com. You just type in my name on Substack and I'll appear with one of my sites. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out.